Um, I want to give you an update on writing my memoir. If you did not see my prior video or two videos about writing and publishing my memoir, please take a look because it kind of gives you some history up to this point for the writing process. And again, real quickly, I have written, not writing, I have written my memoir. It talks about the story of falling in love with an alcoholic, marrying the alcoholic, all of the issues that go along with that, and then losing him. We had two small children at the time. They're a little bit older now. They're now 6 and 12, almost 13, but they were 2 and 8 at the time. So yeah, it was very, very difficult. But considering all that I had on my plate and losing my husband, my life is in just such a good place. I have healed from this experience. I have forgiven him. And I wanted to write about it so that I could help other people to know that it's possible to move forward after such a tragic loss, such a challenging life choice, to be able to forgive yourself as well, because I knew I was marrying an alcoholic, but I was very driven. I was very determined to marry this man. Hint, hint, has something to do with my title. Anyways, so when I checked in last, I just turned in uh, my my draft, or excuse me, I had editing complete. I had gotten developmental editing back. I had rewritten my book. I had gotten that back to my editor, my publisher, and had also done some worksheets with others within the publishing company to start writing. They're kind of preparing for the design, things that I might like in regards to cover design, colors, design, pictures, all these things. So I had given some thoughts into things that I might want. I have landed on a cover. They first gave me back some options. I gave them some feedback on what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted to see done differently, and what we came out with was just right, just right. In fact, it utilizes a picture I took a few months after my husband died. So my husband died February 24th of 2021. That Memorial weekend following, I had taken the kids to a local lake. We were at the beach. And the kids were just like kind of playing on the shore. It was still cold here in Minnesota, and it was nice out, but it was cold for like the water. So we were just kind of playing on the shore, and they were, splashing and stuff. And so I had just taken a couple of fun pictures, and one of them in particular, I had known at that time. I was like, this picture is gonna be important someday. So I had submitted that as a potential cover design, and they played with it, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It feels right. So when you land on your cover design, it should feel right. And so I feel good about that. I did connect with family to say, hey, here are those options as well. Do you have any suggestions, or which ones are your favorites? So I kind of had an idea that, okay, others agree that this is a good direction to go. Let's see what else. So at this point, I also had gotten, so after I turned in my developmental editing, there was a couple other like just super minor edit things that were sent back to me, just to see if I approved, and yes, everything was good to go. So they're just doing the final spell check, kind of dot the I's, cross the T's, make sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary that needs to be addressed. They have like just a lot of really good people to kind of help ensure that the story meshes right, and make sure that I don't mess up something stupid like someone's name. I don't know. So that's part of working with a hybrid publisher, is having that, that full team support. They're picking up on things that I may not have been able to pick up on myself. They are, once that's being completed right now, the interior design is being worked on right now. No, they're not painting the walls and figuring what to hang up. No, interior design in the book. Like, how should things be laid out? What does the font look like? How big is the book and things like that. I mean, yes, I've given some ideas on kind of what is attractive to me for a book, but they're making it all happen. That takes time. That takes about 3 months to complete the current piece. So I'm kind of out of the loop at this point while they're finishing. So 3 months. So that brings us to late August, late August, early September. And then we go to print. In going to print, they also will be working with the distributor, building my Amazon page, all of that piece will be coming together. So I'm thinking the book's going to be like on the shelves, so to speak, by late October. All of that takes time. To me, it's like, gosh, that seems like so far away when I've already written the book. But all of those other things do take time, and there's different factors that could influence that time, depending upon what's going on in the world, if publishers if the distributors, the printers, if they are bogged down by a lot of jobs, whatever. Things, there could be hiccups along the way. But as of right now, I am anticipating by November that my book should be ready to go. I know, like, I've got family who are excited to buy it for Christmas gifts and stuff, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, just really excited to know that this is a life goal of mine, to write a book. A life goal as an adult anyways, to write something that's going to change people's lives, where they can hopefully have a better outcome, based upon the feedback that I'm sharing and through my life lived experience. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that the insights that I've shared help you to realize your dream, to become an author, and write your memoir. It's important, and it's your legacy. It's your story. Don't be afraid to tell your story. That's one of the fears that I've had along the way is, would a family read it and they don't like it? I mean, I do say some things in there. Yes, I love my family. I have no hard feelings in the past. I feel like I've forgiven and moved on. But I mean, I've lived with alcoholics. I've, outside of my husband, grew up around substance abuse. And so that's what led me to marry an alcoholic, because that's what I knew. And so, of course, there's like some fear behind, what if family reads it and they feel bad, or there's any sort of hard feelings that come up. I really had to check that at the door. This is my story to tell. And there's like a disclaimer in the book that says it's my story and my interpretation and blah, blah, blah. But truly, that can be something that holds up a lot of people. I've been on some online forums where people have said, I've written my story, but I won't publish it until certain people die. Which, that's their choice. To me, I feel like that's really sad, that you wouldn't want to tell your story because you're afraid of what someone might do or think or say. And I don't think that I've said anything that would ruin a relationship or anything like that. And so, perhaps that could be in someone else's story. But, those are things you think about. Or, telling people, this is where I'm at in writing my book. What if they say, why is it going to take so long? When is it going to be on the shelves? When am I going to buy your book? Like, all the questions that might come kind of makes me feel anxious. So I tend to stay reserved and back. And what do I do? What do I tell people? What's happening next? Well, what's happening next is I need to start building my my email list so I can have a newsletter or something. Let's see. I have a little checklist from my marketing meeting that I attended last. That there's things I need to do to prepare and for the book to come out. When would I have a launch event? It doesn't have to be before. It could be after the book's been out. I could wait till January, for example. I need to have a mailing list, an email list, posting on social media about the publishing process like I've been doing. So there's little tidbits you can do along the way to start building that social media presence, building your following. You don't have to like tomorrow have a website and all of a sudden have all this speaking engagements and everything already scheduled. And that's the stuff that was causing me some anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, when do I start doing those things? I don't need to do that yet. There's really no perfect timeline for that. Everybody's going to take that a little bit differently. So that will come. Just not today. Busy mom. Prioritize self-care, and know that it all will happen in divine timing. So thank you so much. Love and light. Bye.